Good morning. It is 11:30 a.m. on a Saturday, and I'm coming to you again with another video. I wanted to talk again about the subject of PTSD, and not the traditional PTSD that is medically recognized, but one that I kind of came up with that is called post-traumatic sex disorder. And if you haven't seen my other videos, a quick recap is what that means is a post-traumatic situation that happened in a sexual or romantic relationship. That's why the traumantic. That's a combination of the word romantic and trauma together. PTSD for short, we all seem to know, automatically that it's a disorder, that it needs help, that it causes problems. And you may be wondering, well, what specific symptoms would fall under this category of this type of PTSD? And I thought about that for a bit and came up with a few, and there's many more, but this is a few that came to my mind. Number one, an aversion or an avoidance or even a repulsion for sexual relationships or situations. A person that has been through a traumatic experience in a romantic relationship involving sex, that becomes a trigger. Even what I call the threat of sex. And I mentioned that to a friend of mine, and they said, why are you using threat and sex in the same sentence? And I said, because to me it is. To me it is. I'll go into that in another time. So there's an aversion of it, so avoidance of relationships because they could lead with the opposite sex or with someone that you have an attraction for, whether that's same sex or opposite sex. Any situation that could lead to that, a person with this may just avoid it altogether. But then there's the flip side to that, which is an excessive amount of sexual activity, promiscuity, multiple partners, getting yourself in sexual situations that aren't healthy for you or the other person. Basically the flip side is, or in another term, fasting and feasting, or binging and starving. When you think about it in terms of food, it'd be like avoidance would be like the starving or withholding yourself from food, and then the promiscuity would be the opposite, of doing it in excess. And another one that is really near and dear to me is the unexplained pain, specifically pelvic and reproductive pain. When I say unexplained, I mean medical doctors were unable to find a specific reason or cause for the pain that I was experiencing, what I felt was in my reproductive system, my ovaries, my uterus, or they just call it pelvic pain, abdominal pain. There's a lot going on in the abdomen that could be, many different things. But being a woman and being in tune with my own body, I know the difference between, or at least I'd like to think I know the difference between pain in my reproductive organs versus stomach distress or intestinal distress, which is often, but those go with stress too. So the abdominal area is going to feel probably a big onslaught of this. So that was definitely something I wanted to mention as well with this type of PTSD. And I can hear people now saying, well, Deb, what gives you the right to come up with a diagnosis that doesn't exist in the medical journals? I've never heard of post-traumatic sexual disorder. That's not even a thing. Well, I believe that it is real. I mean, maybe this name is not recognized, but I know that someone that has been in a romantic relationship and had experienced trauma can lead to very real sexual difficulties for the rest of their life if they aren't addressed. And so what can you do about it? What can you do if you are finding yourself with these symptoms? What can you do to be free of them? Well, I think number one is awareness. You have to be aware that there is an issue there. And I think we're very good at avoiding things that we don't want to face, especially if it's painful or embarrassing or shameful or secretive. That's something else I should have added up here, and I probably will do another video about keeping secrets, secretive sexual relations, and where that stems from. My desire, my intention is to make this my specialty with the training I received in RTT, which is a form of hypnosis therapy that can show rapid results much faster than traditional therapy, because in hypnosis, you bypass your thinking mind and you go right to your subconscious. And your subconscious mind I call the vault. It has everything that you've ever experienced locked away in it. And you ever have the experience of a memory just suddenly coming up from, it's because something reminded you. And your mind comes up with strategies to avoid pain and run to pleasure. Run to pleasure and avoid pain. We also seek connection and avoid rejection. But these signals can get very confused and convoluted when there's been a trauma or abuse, especially if it's someone that you love or trust. It really can do a number on you for a very long time. So my goal at this point is I'm making daily videos. I'm in the process of finding out exactly what I want to niche in and offer to my clients. I've been seeing clients now for the last year, one-on-one, and I would like to expand that. And this seems to be the subject that keeps coming up. People dealing with trauma in relationships, whether they're still in that relationship or they've gotten out of it and they're just looking for healing. I would like to be the person that they can come to and help sort all that out, because knowledge is power and understanding is power. When you understand why, when you understand when and where all this began, it's easier to uproot it and replant something better in its place. And that is my goal. That is my purpose and intention. And I'm just doing my best with these daily videos, getting used to being on the camera, talking to you. Feel free to subscribe and comment below. I know I'm, very new to this, so I've already gotten a few tips about my halo light leaving a reflection on the board, which I saw that, but I love my selfie light. So, if you have any questions or would like to know more about RTT, just comment below and we can get together if you'd like and have a chat. But I'm gonna be heading out here. I'm gonna be walking my daily walk. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut this off and give it a listen.